Hey, Professor Vaughn. So today, right now, we're going to work on making the uh, pentagon using GeoGebra. So forgive me if I space out during the video. It's because I have to keep replaying and rewatching the other video to make this. So in order to start it off, we're going to start with simple three circles. Make sure that each of the circles are the same size, and you can do that by making one as big as however big you want, and then the other two you're gonna make go to the ends and then meet in the middle. Then we're gonna find a bisector by using those top 2 points where they meet. All three of them meet in the middle. That's points E and F. Then we're gonna make a circle going all the way from F to E, then E to F. Conversely, draw a straight line down the middle. Then we can get rid of those two circles. We don't need them anymore. Next, we're going to take and we're going to draw a straight line from F down to H. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to find the a certain circle size of with the radius of I to J. Then we make that, and then from there we're going to take and we're going to go from point J, and we're going to drag it down to where it crosses the straight line across, and that's the radius length is going to be JK of that circle. So now is where we're going to start actually making the circle, the 10 circles themselves in order to get the decagon. So this is the first one. This is the very top one. As you see here, I kind of am slowing down a little bit. That's because I'm rewatching the video just to make sure that I can make it correctly the first time through. So then from here, actually, this is going to get way too confusing. So first I'm going to put the 5 first circles in red while still trying to clean things up a little bit, get rid of things, and just to make it easier to look at. It's still going to be a complete mess and really hard to look at, but just for my sanity, I'm going to do this. So what I did there was, with the second circle, I took from point L, and then I connected it to point J. And then I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to create points along the original circle where the original circle and the next circle cross. So the original circle and the first of the 5 pentagon circles crossed at point L. So that's where I began L, and I crossed it where, and I finished it where the original circle crossed the middle line. Then from there, I'm going to go and create the rest of them by doing point M, circle connecting to point L. That's the radius, and that's how I got that circle. Then I'm going to make the next one start at point N, and then radius is N to M, and then that's going to be that one. And then the last one for this set of 5 are going to be from point, I believe that's O, it's hard to see, point O to point N. Now I'm going to take a couple seconds because I have to rewatch a lot of this video, because this is where it starts getting even messier. If you actually look in the middle now, you can kind of see instead of a pentagon, you have almost a 5-sided shape, which I believe is, penta is 10, 5 is, I can't remember. That's besides the point. So what I do here is I mess up. Because I'm going to need to use not just line segments, but I'm going to need to use just straight lines all the way through. So give me a couple seconds. I start making these lines, and then I realize, oh wait, I messed up. I need to use actual lines in order to make these, because at this point it actually clicked with me on how to make these second set of circles. So if you look at them, you see one circle at the top, and then 2 circles upper on the sides, and then 2 circles lower on the sides. what we're actually going to do next is we're going to take those 5 circles and literally just flip them upside down as if we were folding the paper in half, as if we were taking the same sheet of paper and flipping it upside down on top of each other. And that's how we're going to get the second 5 circles. So this is where I realized that I need line segments, or not line segments, I need actual lines, and I start doing that there. And then I realize while I'm doing this, as I'm watching the video, everything is connected to the first circle. Everything is connected to the first circle. So actually, I'm going to take, and all of the middle points that I use are going to be middle points of the original circle. And so there's a point where a line crosses that I just made right next to F on the top of the right next to F on the original circle, which is the one that's directly in the middle. I believe, if I can remember correctly, I just did this, but I think that's where I start it. I start at that point and I go until and then the radius, I didn't realize this at the first until I watched it a couple times, but I think I make the circle in the wrong spot. I start off in the wrong spot because that's how I originally did it, and then I realized afterwards that I messed up. So give me a second. Just so you're aware of this, I'm actually recording this over after I already made the pentagon again. So I'm not making this in real time, I'm actually recording over it. I might splice some of this video out just so you don't have to watch it. But all of these are with line segments and circles. And you can figure it out based on where you need to use the previous lines that you make. Yep. See, so right here I realize, okay, maybe these lines are a little bit more important than I think. So I change the colors of them so I can see them more clearly and figure out where they need to start and where they don't, where they aren't, which ones they aren't. So the first circle that I make is not going to be there. No, you're wrong, Matt. No, Matt, you're wrong. And it clicks in my head right now that I'm wrong after I'm rewatching the video for like the 20th time while I'm making this. And there goes the undo. There's the undo. So like I said, I start from where the original circle crosses with that blue line right next to F. And I go until right where that point is, right where I'm about to start. I go, and that's the radius. The radius is from that point, I believe it's I, up until point V. Then from there I'm making point V to point W, which is exactly where the middle circle crosses with all those lines. I'm trying to make it a little bit easier for myself by picking a different color so I can determine which circles are which color. And so then the very next circle is going to be on the bottom point where the line. Say I'm kind of showing you. So the middle of the circle are points I, V, and W, and the radius from the second circle is radius VW, and that's the radius of the circle. The next circle is going to start at that point Z, and it's going to go to the radius of W, and then the last circle that we're going to make is from point U to point Z. Now let me give me a second as I change the colors again, and then I think I cleaned it up a little bit just to show you the final product. So as you can see, it's starting to get a little bit more of a shape that we can kind of recognize, but not quite, not exactly yet. After I'm done cleaning all these up, I'll zoom in and I will actually show you where the pentagon is. I actually show you a decagon, but a decagon is 10, a pentagon is 5. Okay, please, every single time I say decagon, I mean pentagon. Thank you. So as you see here, I'm going from the corners, which will give me that straight line across, and it'll start making the familiar decagon shape that everyone knows and loves. Then I clean up some more, and I will get rid of the original circles that we had. And you start to see the decagon even more. And there it is. There's our decagon. And the final product is shown here.